gracious good day to one and all once again. 'Tis I, Norton the First, by grace of God, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico, back with you once again for episode number 112 of Emperor Norton's fantastic history vlog. Today is August 6, 2020. It is our 142nd day under COVID-19 restrictions. Well, as we always do, let's begin with our national days. Today is National Fresh Breath Day, aka National Halitosis Day. Smells good. You know, many of us, well, all of us should be wearing masks, but with many of us wearing masks, we are smelling our own breath for the first time. Get some mints. It is Wiggle Your Toes Day. We have no idea what that means. There's a couple of those today. Hiroshima Day, which we'll get to later on. Corporate Baby Name Day. Is that for like babies named Mercedes? I don't know. And National IPA Day. I think I'll have one of those later on. Let's get next to Florida Man. Our Florida Man for today, it's a recent one. Florida man accused of spitting at boy who refused to remove mask. Classy guy. For our San Francisco story today, we turn to John Ralston's wonderful book, This Date in San Francisco, as we so often do. Because on August 6, 1957, San Francisco Municipal Judge Clayton Horn used an unorthodox and possibly unique method for fixing sentences. Horn, a pious man who attended Bible class, had seen The Ten Commandments, a 3-hour, 40-minute Cecil B. DeMille epic starring Charlton Heston as Moses, Yul Brynner as Pharaoh, and a cast of thousands, and was impressed. He ordered 5 women who had been convicted of shoplifting to see the movie. No one seems to have complained that this was cool and unusual punishment. Write 200-word essays and submit them. Horn would decide in the essays if the women had learned the error of their ways. Kind of unique, kind of interesting. Of course, my favorite part of the movie is with Edward G. Robinson when Moses comes down with the Ten Commandments and they're all around the golden calf. Yeah, we got this golden calf here, see? Yeah. Excuse my imitations, there's another one coming up. Our other history for today. 1787, the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia begins debate on the first draft of the U.S. Constitution. 1930, Justice John Force Crater disappears in New York City, never to be found. That was a very famous thing back then. They still don't know what happened to him. But if you see references in old movies or old cartoons to Judge Crater disappearing, that's what it means. 1945, why is this Hiroshima Day? Because the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima by the U.S. B-29 superfortress Enola Gay. Well, actually, it was the second one, but the first one used against people. 1961, Germain S. Titov is the second Russian in space aboard Vostok 2, did 17 orbits. And oddly enough, same day, first case of motion sickness in space is reported. I think they're probably the same incident, I would assume. 1962, Jamaica becomes independent after 300 years of British rule. Yaman. 1964, Prometheus, the world's oldest tree, aged at least 4,862 years, is accidentally cut down in Nevada. 1965, U.S. President Lyndon Johnson signs the Voting Rights Act prohibiting voting discrimination against minorities. 1991, Tim Berners-Lee releases files describing, pardon me, my script's getting away, describing his idea for the World Wide Web. So that today is the birthday of the World Wide Web, which you are all using to watch us. Very few things, I think, have impacted humanity more than that. I mean, there's a few things, absolutely, but that's a pretty big deal these days, isn't it? What would we do without it? Our births today, and in fact we need to talk about this because we have discovered that the website we used for the information for this vlog has left off a couple of important birthdays, one of which being August 4th, Louis Armstrong, Satchmo. Well, hello, Dolly, this is Louis, Dolly. Okay. That's one of the better ones. Anyway, he was born on this date in 1901. So we're looking for a new source because it left off the second one. We'll get to that in a moment. 1504, Matthew Nosey Parker, the Archbishop of Canterbury. That's where we get the term Nosey Parker from. 1809, Alfred Tennyson, British poet laureate, charge of the Light Brigade. 1861, Edith Roosevelt, U.S. First Lady, wife of President Theodore Roosevelt. 1881, Alexander Fleming, the Scottish bacteriologist, got that right on the second try, invented penicillin, won the Nobel Prize in 1945 for that. There's something that changed the world too. 1881, gossip columnist Luella Parsons. 1902, gangster Dutch Schultz. And 1928, another one that my website that I used for the information left off, our favorite artist, Andy Warhol. You know, he said everyone in the future, everyone would be famous for 15 seconds. Of course he was right, but now it's 15 megabytes. Our deaths today. 1623, Anne Hathaway, the wife of English playwright William Shakespeare. 1637, Ben Jonson, English playwright and poet. 1973, Fulgencio Batista y Zaldivar, Cuban dictator Batista. Sorry about the pronunciation and all that. 1978, the death of Pope Paul VI, Giovanni Montini, 262nd Roman Catholic Pope, succeeded by Pope John Paul II, the 263rd. I believe we're on 264 right now with Frankie. Well, that wraps it up for today's edition. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside. If you do go outside, wear a damn mask. So important. Don't spit on people for wearing masks. Really? This is what it's come down to? We are very disappointed in humanity these days. Don't take unproven cures. Be kind to one another. Until we meet again, a gracious good day.